Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a story time about my public hospital birth experience. I have two children. I have an older daughter that I gave birth to through medical aid system and at a private hospital and everything. So that experience differed to giving birth to my son, which was last year in a public hospital. So the reason for that was because I'd been going through a financial dip at that point, and as well as my husband when I got pregnant. So by the time everything was okay financially, it was too late to get onto a medical aid. So I had to go to the public health system. So I watched a couple of birth videos, people's experience with public hospitals. I don't want to lie, I was scared. But, not choice, not choice. So one of the things that worried me or, had me a bit uneasy was because I had a previous Caesar. So usually the second one, they don't allow you to do a VBAC unless you get to, it's prior to 40 weeks. So there I was, from 37 weeks, I am drinking teas, I'm walking, I'm exercising, I'm doing the whole 9 yards to try and get this boy out. But, he wasn't interested in meeting the world. So, got to 40 weeks and 4 days, and they booked me into hospital. They're like, no, girl, we can't wait for you anymore. You need to be booked in. So got booked into a hospital, cannot mention the name. It's in KZN, Durban. It's close to the beach. So got there around 9 a.m. on a Sunday, and we're getting, booked in. So the first experience, I like, no, public hospital was, it took about 10 hours. We were there at 3 o'clock, we were still waiting, but I wasn't alone. My husband left me in the morning with my bag, and there were two other ladies there that I was just chatting to the whole day. We didn't see much traumatizing things, like, a lady here and there going through labor and screaming, and but it was to be expected. First night I slept in my own room alone. Sorry about that again. I just said to my son. So between the time of recovery in the recovery room until you get to a ward and you get to see your baby, I think that must have been about 2 hours. There's no skin contact, skin to skin contact. There's no breastfeeding him beforehand. It was just, he gets out, they take him away, 2 hours pass, you come to and then they bring you your baby. So where he was for those 2 hours, I don't know. In the nursery, where's the nursery? I don't know. So that was a bit odd for me. But yeah, so then starts your 3 days of recovery in the hospital room. So you in a ward, maybe about 12 ladies. I was with a group of 4 on my side. Strangers, you get to chatting, you're all in the same pain, so you're connecting on that part. It's painful. I don't want to lie, it's painful. The first few hours, the hectic morphine that you're on, and then koningana ngalana, you have to breastfeed. I didn't breastfeed my daughter for a long time, so it was difficult for me to get him used to the breastfeeding. He latched perfectly, but the breastfeeding was difficult. So then before you go into theater, so the ward is a floor a floor down from where you start off. So we had to leave our bags, leave everything you have for the baby. So when you get to the ward where you're going to be staying for 3 days, you don't have anything, not a wipe, not a nappy, not a cream, nothing that you brought with you. Not your phone, you can't tell your parents, you can't tell your family, you've given birth, your partner, nothing. So bekunzima-ke lapho. And then you have to go fetch your stuff. So here you are, newly stitched, in pain, on morphine, can hardly walk, but you have to now leave the ward and go and fetch your stuff, which happened, I think it was 24 hours after the cesarean section. You go fetch your stuff. So you fetch your stuff, you come back. The meals were not good, so I suggest if you're going to go to a public hospital, you have someone to bring your meals for you. You have someone, if you or at least some spices. So like your aromat, your salt, maybe extra bread, tea. Ntezinjalo khona ungeke usole kakhulu mawusula phana. They have government issued nappies, but no creams, no wipes. So for the first 24 hours, that's quite challenging. But those government issued nappies, they're not too bad. They held what was needed. Yeah. Ufuna ukhuluma na? Way. The nurses were not bad. They were not rude, but you're extra. You humble yourself extra, and you learn to contain yourself even if things are going a little bit wrong, because you know what kind of back chat you can get, or what kind of treatment you can get. So also the government issued pads are tough as well, but you learn to cope. So all in all, I didn't have an extremely bad experience. The 3 days, by the second day you can walk, not well, but the pain has subsided a bit. By the third day you're up, you can get up, you can take care of your baby, because obviously there's no choice, there's no cradle, there's nothing. If he falls, you know, so you don't sleep. And yeah, my biggest challenge was having to breastfeed, which now you can't leave the hospital without the baby having latched properly and you breastfeeding properly. But eventually, you know, you power through it and you get it done, and you leave with no hospital bill. You leave with your baby in health, and in good condition and healthy. So yeah, thanks to the public health system. I don't hate it. I am grateful. Grateful to God. There's a whole lot of prayer that you do prior. There's prayer that you do during. There's prayer that you do afterwards, just to cover every single person that you come into contact with the blood of Jesus, and to put all your faith in Him. And I'm grateful that everything went well. My son was healthy, and yeah, it's nothing to fear. And yeah, that was my birthing experience. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and see you